Good afternoon, family. Once again, it's your DC dude. If you are already a subscriber to this channel, then welcome back. However, if you are new to this channel, I recommend that you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you can stay in the know about where we're going to go. So this magnificent building that is the Waldorf Astoria today is still known in Washington, D.C. as the Old Post Office. Some even call it the Old Post Office Pavilion. So today, the Old Post Office building is the Waldorf Astoria. It was actually Washington, D.C.'s first post office. That clock tower is 315 feet tall. And we have height restrictions in Washington, D.C. And so basically the Height Restriction Act of 1910, that's why DC buildings aren't that tall, said that residential buildings can't be taller than 90 feet and commercial buildings for the most part can't be taller than 130 feet. But like I said, this post office pavilion building was built 11 years before that law became enacted. So if you were ever curious why there's a statue of Benjamin Franklin right here, that's because he was the very first Postmaster General. So as you can see on the sign, it says Old Post Office, right? And at one time it was an entrance here. I remember, I don't know what year it happened, but I do kind of remember a food court shopping situation used to be here. And I think there was a post office still inside during that time. But now you'll see the sign that says actually that the hotel entrance is that way and the clock tower is that way. So you go along 12th Street and go to the rear of the building to get into the clock tower. Y'all want to do that? Come on, let's go. Right now we're in the clock tower downtown in Washington, D.C. on Pennsylvania Avenue and 12th Street, usually called the Old Post Office Pavilion, right? Even when it was the Trump Hotel and now it's the Waldorf Astoria Hotel, this clock tower was still a part of the National Park Service. It's run by National Park Service. You get to take 2 elevators up to get to the top. And I I recommend this for if you've never done this. Like the last video, it doesn't necessarily have to be done in the summertime, but we're just talking about cool things to do in DC, and it happens to be the summer. It has one of the best views in DC, in my opinion, right? The only drawback is when you go to the windows, they have wires, so it's hard to get pictures because they won't allow you to touch the wires. So you have to get your camera a certain way. So we're going to walk up to one so you can see what I mean.
Hey folks, just as a reminder, while you're here, we just don't want to touch the wires in front of it.
So as we approach the window here, you'll see that it has wires. I'm not supposed to touch the wires, but you see the wires I'm talking about, obviously. And it kind of messes with the view some. And because this is not a high-end camera, you're not getting the same view that I'm getting, obviously. A little blurry, actually. You can see the cathedral over there. Let me give you some things we can look at. The cathedral's over there. The basilica is in that direction. Also, what's cool about being up here is you can see the Federal Triangle. So it's not just called the Federal Triangle. It's actually shaped like a triangle. It starts with the Commerce Department, which was the biggest building in Washington in the Federal Triangle, and that's over there. That's the base of it. When you come around to this side, the Federal Triangle will become an apex. And in at the point of the triangle at the FTC building, because Pennsylvania Avenue and Constitution Avenue come together. So that makes it the tip of the triangle. For you geometry fans, it's actually a right triangle because Pennsylvania Avenue runs diagonally and Constitution Avenue runs straight. So what else can we see from here? Obviously, we can see the Capitol straight ahead. FBI building is right there. You can even see now if you were standing. I don't know if we can see it in the camera. Like I said, it's kind of blurry, but I mention this all the time. That Marbury Plaza, you could pretty much see that from everywhere. So that's where my finger is pointing right now. Marbury Plaza, you can actually see way over in Southeast. All those trees over there, that's east of the Anacostia River. Coming over here, you can see the airport from this side. But like I said, this is pretty blurry. And it's not just the camera in this case. It's actually the plexiglass that they use that you can't get a real good view from, right? And finally, on this side, we already been on this side because we talked about the Commerce Department, but you could also see the Lincoln Memorial right there. You can see the Navy Memorial right there. And also, we're looking into Arlington, Virginia. So all those high-rise buildings over there, that is Arlington, Virginia. Roslyn, Virginia, more specifically. You can see Arlington Memorial Cemetery right there. And, of course, the monument over there. I missed the floor, man. Oh, thanks a lot, man. Have a great one.
Enjoy the rest of your day.
Okay, you too.
Hey guys, welcome back down. How was it? Was it incredible?
Awesome. Thanks for that. Appreciate it.
Yeah, have a great day, guys.
You too, man.
I'm gonna see you guys.
Okay. So meanwhile, family, you never know where we're going to end up next. So if you want to ride, just click on subscribe.